Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivraj Acharya Ashtot Sri Srimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivraj Acharya Ashtot Sri Srimad His Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम महापुराण की जय समवेता गौर भक्त वृंद की जय जयनिताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। हरे कृष्णा। Welcome everyone this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class in the temple of Shri Shri Radha Gopinath. Welcome everyone, all the online viewers and all the Vaishnavas assembled here. Please welcome this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class in the temple of Shri Shri Radha Gopinath. So we are doing Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 4 chapter number 9 entitled Dhruva Maharaj Returns Home, and today we are doing text number 12. So please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, chapter number 9 and text number 12. So please repeat after me. Tena smarantyatitaram priyam ishamartyam. Tena smarantyatitaram priyam ishamartyam. Please repeat after. Tena smarantyatitaram priyam ishamartyam. Ye chanvada sutasurid grihabitadaraha. Ye tuab janab bhavadi yapadaravinda. Ye tuab janab bhavadi yapadaravinda. Saugandhyalubdha hridayeshu krita prasangaha. Tena smarantyatitaram priyam ishamartyam. Ye chanvada sutasurid grihabitadaraha. Etwab janab bhavadiya padaravinda. Saugandhyalubdha hridayeshu krita prasangaha. Tena smarantyatitaram priyam ishamartyam. Echan vada sutasurid grihabitadaraha. Etvav jana bhavadi yapadaravinda. सौगन्ध्यलुब्धहृदये सुकृतप्रसङ्गः Prabhuji, please. Echan vada sutasurit grihabitadaraha etvav jana bhavadiya padaravinda सौगन्ध्यलुब्धहृदये सुकृतप्रसङ्गः तेन स्मरन्त्यतितरां प्रियम् ईशमर्त्यम् एचान् वद सुतसुहृद्गृहभीतदारः एत्वा जना भवदीयपदारविन्द सौगन्ध्यलुब्धहृदये सुकृतप्रसङ्गः तेन स्मरन्त्यतितरां प्रियमीशमर्त्यम् एचान् वद सुतसुहृद्गृहभीतदारः एत्वाब्जना भवदीयपदारविन्द सौगन्ध्यलुब्धहृदये सुकृतप्रसङ्गः. Word for word translation. They, no, never, smaranti, remember, atitaram, highly, priyam, dear, isha, O Lord, martyam, material body, ye, they who, cha, also, anu, in relationship with, adaha, that, suta, sons, surhit, friends, griha, home, bitta, wealth, daraha, and wife, ye, those who, to, then, Avjanabha, O Lord, who have a lotus navel, Bhavadiya, of your, Padaravinda, lotus feet, Saugandhya, the fragrance, Lubdha, have achieved, Hridayeshu, with devotees whose hearts, Krita Prasanga, have association. Translation and purport by Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation, please repeat after me. O Lord, who have a lotus navel, if a person happens to associate with a devotee whose heart always hankers after your lotus feet, seeking always their fragrance, he is never attached to the material body or in a bodily relationship, to offspring, friends, home, wealth and wife, which are very, very dear to materialistic persons. Indeed, He does not care for them. Okay, purport. A special advantage in devotional service is that devotees not only enjoy the transcendental pastimes of the Lord by hearing and chanting and glorifying them, but also are not very much attached to their bodies, unlike the yogis, who are too attached to the body and who think that by performing bodily gymnastic exercises, they will advance in spiritual consciousness. Yogis are generally not very much interested in devotional service. They want to regulate the breathing process. This is simply a bodily concern. Here, Dhruva Maharaj plainly says that a devotee has no more bodily interest. He knows that he is not the body from the very beginning. Therefore, without wasting time in bodily exercises, a devotee sorts out a pure devotee and simply by his association becomes more advanced in his spiritual consciousness than any yogi. Because a devotee knows that he is not the body, he is never affected by bodily happiness or distress. He is not interested in bodily relationships with wife, children, home, bank balance, etc., or in the distress and happiness which come from these things. This is the special advantage of being a devotee. This status of life is possible only when a person is interested in associating with a pure devotee who always enjoys the fragrance of the lotus feet of the Lord. Jai Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Sha Padantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Pada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Visakhanvitamsa He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Namo Mahabadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaur Tuse Namaha Vansha Kalpataru Vesha Kripa Sindhu Bhye Bacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna everyone. Welcome again this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class in the temple of Shri Radha Gopinath. All the Vaishnavas assembled here and all the devotees watching this class through the social medias like YouTube and ISKCON Sydney Facebook pages. So welcome everyone. So read the translation once again. O Lord, who have a lotus navel, if a person happens to associate with a devotee whose heart always hankers after your lotus feet, seeking always their fragrance, he is never attached to the material body or in a bodily relationship, to offsprings, friends, homes, wealth, wife, which are very, very dear to materialistic persons. Indeed, he does not care for them. So translate like a shloka, if we go through the shloka, if we see, like we can see, Te na smaranti atitaram priyam isha martyam. Te na smaranti. Te means they. Na means not or never. Smaranti, they who never remembers. Who? Whom? Atitaram Priyam Isha. Atitaram, supremely Priyam, supremely dear, supremely worshipable, supremely dear. Isha, Supreme Lord. Te na smaranti atitaram Priyam Isha. Those who don't remember the supremely beautiful, supremely merciful, and supremely dear Supreme Personality of Godhead, who don't remember. What's their destination? What's their destination? So there is the story of Ajamil. He used to be very, very sinful persons. He used to lead a very sinful life. He led like whole life, sinful life. He was associating with prostitute, right? And to maintain the prostitute and to maintain the family, he was doing all sorts of nonsense things. He was stealing, right? Taking money from other and not giving back, gambling, this sort of things he was doing. He led his whole life like that, completely simple. But fortunately, he had one son, youngest son. His name was, who knows his name? Narayan. His youngest son's name was Narayan. And like he was so much attached to the Narayan, right? That's like normal, right? It is considered like Ismail, youngest son, is the most affectionate, like most lovable for the father and mother. Same way that Narayan was supremely lovable for both Ajamil and his wife. And Ajamil used to call him every time, Narayan, please come here. Narayan, please do that. Come and sit in my lap. And he used to ask his wife, did Narayan eat food? Is Narayan okay? How is Narayan going? Like that he used to be so much concerned about his youngest son, Narayan. At the time of death, like he was so much attached to the Narayan. At the time of death, like he was going to die. Like he saw the Yamadutas. Like when people are about to die, they see the Yamadutas, right? And like there are so many symptoms we can see. Like some people, when they die, they pass the urine, they pass the stool. They like bite their tongue because they are so much afraid. They have seen the Yamadutas now. They saw Yamadutas and they are so much afraid now because of that reason. They showed that kind of symptoms, like passing the urine, passing the stool, biting the tongue. This kind of symptoms they saw while they live in the body. Same, like Ajamil also saw. Like his whole life he led as a sinful person, and he was like destined to go to the hell. And like Yamadutas came to take him. When Yamadutas came to take him, he said like he called his son, like he was so much affectionate to his son. This Yamadutas has come to take me. This might harm my small children, small child, small son. Narayan also. That's why he's thinking, Narayan, please go away. Like that he's saying. Narayan, please go away. Like that he's saying. And as soon as he uttered that Narayan, like there was a Yamadutas. They were trying to take him to the hell, right? Take him to the hell. But as soon as he uttered the name Narayan, there immediately appeared the Vishnu Dutas also. And they stopped the Yamadutas from taking him to the hell. And there is very nice conversation. Why are you taking him like to the hell? He's a very sinful person. So he's destined to go to hell. No, he's not a sinful person. He has chanted the name of Narayan. Actually, name of Narayan is chanted the name of the Narayan, Supreme Personality of Godhead. No. Actually, he was chanting the name of his son. He was not chanting the name of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then, like Vishnu Dutta says, whose name was Narayan before? The name of his son or the name of the Supreme Narayan? Whose name was Narayan before? Like that they ask question. And finally, like they can't take him to the hell. The Yamadutas cannot take him to the hell. Like Vishnu Dutas like warns them, if you touch him, you will be killed. Like that Vishnu Dutas warn them, and they go back. They are very much like that's like the maybe only one time that might have happened, right? Yamadutas come to take the sinful living entity, and Vishnu Dutas coming and stopping. They are like not being able to do their duty. Maybe this is the first time only in the whole history that happening. First time like the Yamadutas being baffled in performing their duty. And they are very much like afraid now. They are very much angry also. Goes back and sees Yamaraj. And like he asks like, who is the Supreme Lord? Like they were thinking like the Yamaraj is the Supreme Lord. Yamaraj is the Supreme Lord, and they are serving the Supreme Supreme Lord Yamaraj. They were thinking like that, and they ask like, who is the Supreme Lord? And like Yamaraj tells him the story. Actually, this is me. I am not the Supreme Lord. Actually, Narayan or Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and we all are working under his order only. we all are following his order only. We all are trying to serve him. He's the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not me. Like that Yamaraj says to Yamadutas. And then they were baffled, right, from taking that Azamil, simple living entity Azamil to the hell, and they asked at that time question. Then whom shall we go and take? Who is destined to go to the hell? Whom shall I bring you to for the punishment? Like that they ask. And then recites this verse. Jivana bhakti bhagavad gunanamadheyam chetasana smaratita charanarvindam krishnaya no namatiya siraye kadapi tananaya dhamasato krita vishnu krityam. I'm bringing this prasanga, I'm bringing this story because why I'm bringing? In the translation it comes, te na smaranti, they who don't remember. Translation comes, and same thing like Yamaraj also says, Jivana Bhakti Bhagavad Gunanama Dheyam. The persons who don't take Krishna's name, who don't glorify Krishna, right? Who don't chant Krishna's name, who don't glorify the transcendental quality, transcendental beauty, transcendental pastimes of Krishna, and Chetasana Smarati Tat Charanara Bindam, who never remember, like this point coming now. Tena Smaranti, Chetasana Smaranti, that coming now. Chetasana Smaranti Tat Charanara Bindam. Who don't remember, who never remembers the lotus feet of Krishna, whose tongue is not engaged in chanting Krishna's name and glorifying Krishna's activities and qualities, and who is never remembering Krishna. And third line comes, Krishnaya no namati yat shira ekadapi, and whose head is not bowed down before Krishna even once. Even once. Who doesn't bow his head even once. And Yamaraj says, bring them here, bring them to me for the punishment. Like that Yamaraj says. Like, who doesn't glorify Krishna, who doesn't chant Krishna's name, right? Who doesn't remember Krishna's lotus feet, and who doesn't bow his head before Krishna, who doesn't offer obeisances to Krishna, bring them here. Like that Yamaraj says to the Yamadutas. And they are now confirmed now. Whoever is chanting Krishna's name, whoever is the devotee of Krishna or Vishnu or Narayan, we are not supposed to go and bring them to the hellish planet. Like that they are confirmed now. They are like sure. And then comes like Atitaram Priyam Isha. Atitaram, supremely. Priyam means dear. Isha means Supreme Personality of Godhead. Supreme Personality of Godhead is Atitaram Priyam, supremely dear, supremely like he's the object of love, our supreme love, supremely dear, supremely beautiful, supremely merciful, and supremely dear. Like in this connection, I remember like one time what happens is like Krishna was performing his pastimes in Vrindavan. He kills the Aghasur. Like Aghasur comes as the serpent, red, gigantic serpent. He tries to kill all the cowherd boys and Krishna, right? Aghasur used to be the actually brother of Putana and Bakasur. And like before Aghasur, Putana and Bakasur came and attacked Krishna, tried to kill Krishna. But they were killed by Krishna. And like Aghasur is thinking now, this boy has killed my brother and sister. Now I'll kill this boy. I'll kill all the friends of this boy. And like that, when all these boys is killed, all the Brajvasis will die, feeling the separation from their affectionate childs. Like that, Aghasur is thinking. And comes like, he opens his like, there is very nice description. He opens his mouth, so that like, opens his mouth so that all the boys and calves, all the boys, they would come and enter into his mouth. Like that, I will just smash them, I will kill everyone at once, like that he's thinking. But later on, like Krishna goes, like all the cowherd boys goes inside. Story. All the cowherd boys goes inside, and Krishna also goes. And like at the point of his neck, like Krishna expands his body. Krishna expands his body, like, and then when Krishna expands his body, like his neck is like airtight block now. He can't even breathe, and because of that, the Aghasur also dies. Aghasur also dies like that. And after like killing Aghasur, after the death of Aghasur, Krishna goes and goes to the bank of Yamuna and takes his lunch in the association of his friends. in the association of his friends, Krishna takes his lunch. At that time, what happens is like Brahma had heard like, oh, okay, Supreme Personality of Godhead has come and he's performing his pastimes, right? In the earth, he's performing his pastimes. We have heard. Now, he's not believing that. Lord Brahma is not believing that. He's not believing. Okay, let me also test. Like in the lunch taking while Krishna was taking lunch from his friend, he was so intimately dealing with his friend, right? The friend would eat something, and Krishna would like snatch from his mouth, and Krishna would eat that. And Krishna was like an ordinary child holding his food in his palms and biting from here and snatching from other's plate and eating, and like this kind of like an ordinary human being, ordinary child. They also do, right? They go to school. Hey, let me eat that. Hey, let me eat that also. Give me that. Give me this. They also do like Krishna was also doing same thing, snatching from friend's lunch box, this, that, tasting from everyone. And one time Krishna even snatched from the mouth of his friend. Oh, so tasty food you are eating. You're not giving me. Give me that. Like that Krishna would snatch, and Krishna would eat. Like Brahma is seeing these things, and now he's bewildered now. No, he can't be Supreme Lord, right? Govindam Adi Purusham Tam Aham Bhajami. Krishna is supremely worshipable. Like Krishna is worshipped by greatest demigods, right? Great sages with great awe and reverence, right? Krishna is worshipped, but he's doing this kind of activity. Now Brahma is not believing that. Okay, let me test. Like that, thinking like that, Brahma steals his calves. All the boys, their calves, while they were taking lunch, all the boys were taking lunch, their calves were on the side, and at that time Brahma steals their calves. And the boys see, hey, we don't have calves now. Where is our calves? And Krishna, at that time, everyone is enjoying lunch, and Krishna didn't want their friends to be disturbed during lunchtime. Krishna said, okay, don't worry, you sit there, I'll go and I'll look after our calves and I'll bring them back. Krishna goes there. And while Krishna goes away, at that time Brahma comes and Brahma steals his cowherd boyfriends also. But then Brahma stole his calves first, and then Brahma steals his cowherd boyfriends also. Now, time to go back home now. After whole day of herding the calves, time to go back home now. At that time, what does Krishna do? At that time, Krishna expands himself. Krishna completely expands himself into all the calves and all the boys. Now Krishna has expanded himself into all his boyfriends and all the calves. It is mentioned when Krishna expanded like that, all the calves, even though they were Krishna, they were showing the activity of the original calf. They were showing their color were like the original calves, their behavior, their natural quality, right? Gun were exactly like the original calves. Same way in the cowherd boyfriends also. When Krishna expanded like the cowherd boyfriends, the boyfriends, they were showing same kind of qualities as they used to show before. Now Krishna has expanded. Now these cowherd boys and the calves, they are Krishna. Now Krishna, but Krishna not showing different qualities, not showing different behavior now. He's showing exactly same behavior as his cowherd boyfriends and the calves used to do before Brahma stealing them. He goes back, and he runs like that. And one time what happens is, towards the end of the 1 year, one time what happens is all the cowherd boys has gone to herd the calves. Krishna at that time, he was 5 years old. He was getting to the 6 years old. Krishna's age group can be divided, right? When he takes birth into the 5 years, he's Bal. His age group is considered as a Bal. And all the activities he performs at that time is called Bal Lila. And Krishna 6 to 10 years is called Pauganda. And all the activities he performs at that time is Pauganda Lila. And 11 to 15 is his Kishora. And all the activities, all the pastimes he performs is his Kishora Lila. And after that, he's Yauban, Nava Yauban. And after that, Krishna is Yauban, and he doesn't grow old after that. He's Yauban only. He's Yauban only, that's Krishna. And 0 to 5 years, when he was Bal, he and his boyfriends, they used to look after the calves. Calves are generally small, right? And these boys are also small. Very small, and the small boys and small calves, they were given the responsibility to look after the small calves. And when Krishna turned 6, all the boyfriends were also turning same age, and they were given permission to look after the cows. And they used to do the cow herding. Before 5 years, they used to look after the calves. And one time, what happened? When Brahma has stolen, same time, Krishna has expanded himself into the calves, expanded himself into the cowherd boyfriends also. And at that one time, what happens? Like very amazing pastime happens, right? All the gopas, elderly gopas, they were like looking after the cows on top of the Govardhan hill. On top of the Govardhan hill, they were tending the cows, right? Looking after the cows. And cowherd boys, like small cowherd boys, they were looking after the calves, just on the valley, right? On the valley, just at the bottom, at the base, towards the base of the Govardhan. And like the men are looking after the cows, and on the top of the Govardhan hill, and small boys, cowherd boys, are looking after the calves on the bottom, on the base, on the valley. And what happens at that time is like all the cows on the top of the hill, they see the calves. From the top of the hill to the base, to the valley, they see the calves. And when they see their calves, they feel like so much of love. They become filled with affection for those calves. They feel so much affection for calves, and after seeing their calves, they wanted to be with calves. They are feeling so much of attraction. They were feeling so much of affection. They wanted to be with calves, and they're running down. They're running, right? They're running down usually like cows walks, they slowly, right? Now they are running because they are very much eager to see and be around their calves. They're running down, and while they're running down, like their milk bags were full of milk. Because of supreme affection feeling for the calves, they were dripping the milk also. They were running, jumping, running. And they were feeling so thrilled to be with calves. Their tails were also so up, raising up. Tails were also raising up, and they would go like that. And it is mentioned the calves they saw at that time. Usually cows they're supposed to have the affection for their own calves, not the calves from the other cows, right? But it is mentioned from the top of the Govardhan hill, the cows, they saw the calves. The calves were not their own calves actually. The calves were from the other cows. But still they feel so much of affection. They want to be with their calves now. They're running. Their milk dripping, right? The tails standing up, and they're going down to be with the calves. And as soon as they go there, they lick the body of the calves. And the calves drink all the milk, milk from the cows. So yeah, this kind of description is there. And at that time, cowherd men, elderly gopas, they were looking after the cows. Now they are trying to stop the cows. What happens is when cows and calves, they are together, calves drink all the milk, right? And there is no milk for the gopas. If calves drinks all the milk, there is no milk for the gopas. So and because of that reason, they are trying to stop the cows. The cow is so much eager to be with calves. They're running like anything, right? So much thrill. They are trying to stop the cows, but they are unable to stop. They are unable to stop. And the cows go down, and all the milk is drunk by the calves, small calves. And because of that, they were unable to stop the cows. Because of that, all the gopas, they feel very much a bit frustrated also, and a little bit angry also. They are frustrated and a little bit angry also there now. And they are angry, frustrated, and they are coming down the hill now. And they were thinking we'll chastise these boys also, these cowherd boys. They were supposed to go other side. Why they bringing these calves near to the cows? They're supposed to go the other little bit far where cows cannot see calves. They were thinking we'll chastise these boys. They were frustrated, very angry, and we'll chastise these boys. They were thinking like that and coming down. And as soon as it is mentioned, as soon as they come near to the cowherd boys, all their anger, all their frustration, right? Everything immediately vanquished. Everything immediately disappeared. They started feeling joy, they started feeling happy, and they started feeling so much affection for those cowherd boys. Before they were feeling so much of anger, so much frustration, so much anger even towards the cowherd boys. But as soon as they saw the cowherd boys, they were feeling so much affection for those cowherd boys. And so much affection. And before they were angry, they were planning to chastise. But now they are feeling so much affection. They comes and embraces them, take those boys into their laps, and smells their heads. Like parents smelling the hair, right? The head of the small baby is like the affection, this is the sign of affection. And they are like smelling the hairs of those boys, embracing them, keeping, like putting them into their laps, and showing so many like Vatsalya Prem, showing so many Vatsalya Prem. And it is mentioned, right? So like the reason like this happened, right? The cows, like from the top of the Govardhan hill, they feel so thrilled, so much excited, so much like enthusiastic to see those calves. Even though those calves were not their own calves, they were feeling so much thrill, and they are running like anything, right? So much excited. They are, because of supreme affection, they are dripping their milk. So much of excitement because of their tails are raising up, right? And other is like the cowherd boys, cowherd men, like gopas. They were like so much anger, so much frustrated. Even though they were so much anger, like as soon as they saw those boys, they are like feeling so much affection for those boys, right? So much affection. Why is that? Does anyone know why is that? Yeah, because those calves were not the calves. Because those cowherd boys were not the original cowherd boys. They were the expansion of Krishna. The calves were the expansion of Krishna. Cowherd boys were the expansion of Krishna. Because of that, they are feeling so much of affection, so much of thrill. And after that, it is mentioned like the elderly gopas, they show their Vatsalya Prem to the small childs, and they went back to the top of the Govardhan hill again. One might question, right? Okay, they have seen the Krishna, now they are with the Krishna, even though they are thinking this is the cowherd boys, their own children, but they are with the Krishna. They are with the Krishna, and they are like patting Krishna, they are giving their love to Krishna. One might have question, right? So if they are with the Krishna, how can they leave Krishna and go again back to their respective duty? One might have that question, right? So like it is mentioned, like when they were going up to the top of the hill to look after the cows again, they were like shedding the tears of the affection, remembering those small cowherd boys. Like they were shedding the tears of affection, remembering those small cowherd boys. So yeah, the point I am trying to say is Atitaram Priyam Isha, supremely Priya, supremely dear, right? Supremely dear. Who? Isha, Krishna, Supreme Lord, Supreme Personality of God. He is supremely dear to everyone. Like for the devotees who is practicing bhakti, right? Who is chanting Krishna's name, who is hearing about the glories of Krishna. For those devotees, Krishna is very, very dear. But some ordinary random man may come. There is Radha Gopinath there. He is very, very dear, like very, very beautiful, very, very affectionate, very, very dear to the devotees. But some random person may come. Hey, just a statue. Why the worshipping statue? They might think like that. But no, he is very, very dear, supremely dear. Atitaram Priyam Isha. So the point comes is bhakti. If someone does the bhakti, if someone does engage himself in the bhakti, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu, Smaranam Pada Sevanam, Archanam Bandhanam Dashyam, Sakhyam Atma Nivenam. So if someone is engaging in those bhakti, even though they are in the beginning, they might think, hey, what is the statue? They are worshipping statue. They might think like that. They will, if they keep on doing that Navabhida Bhakti, Shravanam Kirtan, they keep on doing that, they will also start to see, hey, he's so beautiful. He's very dear to me. Like they will also start to feel like that. That's the glory of bhakti. So the point is, yeah, Atitaram Priyam Isha. That's the thing I was trying to glorify. And same thing like Sukdev Goswami at that time, like Parikshit Maharaj is hearing that story, the story whatever I narrated, like the top of the Govardhan hill coming down, giving milk, everything. That story Srila Sukdev Goswami was narrating to Parikshit Maharaj. And Parikshit Maharaj asked questions. Even though like those cowherd boys, they were not their own son, right? The cowherd means their own son. They were not their own son. And even those calves were not their own calves of those cows. Why were they showing so much of affection? They were showing more affection even than to their own children. The men were showing more affection more than to their own children. And the cows were showing more affection even than to their own calves. Sukdev Goswami, like Parikshit Maharaj asked this question to Sukdev Goswami. And Sukdev Goswami says, right, like everyone is interested in their own self, right? Everyone, like for everyone, right, me, self is very, very important. We want to protect ourselves. We want to give comfort to ourselves. We want to give comfort to our body. And then comes like comfort to our family members, right? Wife and everything. Comfort to our. Because me, the connection of me is there. I'm very much dear to this body because this is my body, right? I'm very much affectionate. I'm very much attached to my son because he is my son. That me, that tendency, that conception is there because of that, like dear. This is in case of the materialistic person who doesn't know that he is the spirit soul. He doesn't know that he is the spirit soul. He thinks that he is body. So if someone is in the material conception of life, for him, his body is very dear. The bodily relatives, they are very, very dear. But someone is like bhakta, someone is like spiritually consciousness. For him, Krishna is very, very dear. Like that, Srila Sukadeva Goswami answers. So the point I was trying to give is, Atitaram Priyam Isha, the Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is Atitaram, highly dear, highly dear. That's the point I was trying. And comes like, if we go like to the last line of the sloka, Saugandhya Lubdha Hridayeshu Krita Prashangaha. Saugandhya Lubdha Hridayeshu Krita Prasanga. Like Saugandhya Lubdha. Like devotees are very much like Lubdha, very much attracted, very much like enchanted by the Saugandhya of the lotus feet of Krishna. Saugandhya of the lotus feet of Krishna, devotees are very much enchanted. I remember like one lecture I was recently hearing, and like there was a very nice description like Srila Bilba Mangal Thakur. Bilba Mangal Thakur, he like everyone knows, right? Bilba Mangal Thakur, before he used to be the prostitute hunter. Later he became very great devotee, and he wrote like so many granthas, and one of the granthas is Krishna Karnamrita. And I was hearing some small thing from the Krishna Karnamrita. So he describes the beauty of Krishna, beauty, fragrance of Krishna's lotus hand, and beauty and fragrance of the Krishna's lotus feet, and the glory of the Krishna's glance and Krishna's eyes. Like that he describes how he describes it. Like if we see like Sarad in the autumn season, if we see in the autumn season, there is the like the ponds or lakes or the water body, right? And there is the lotus flower. Autumn season, there is a lotus flower, and that lotus flower has like lotus flower is very like beautiful, very delicate, very soft, and very, very fragrant also. Very, very fragrant. There is a lotus flower in the Saratkal in the autumn season, in the water bodies, in the ponds or lakes. There is the lotus flower, and lotus flower is very, very fragrant, very, very soft, very, very delicate, right? Very beautiful to see. And Bilamangal Thakur was saying, Krishna's lotus hand, Krishna's Kar Kamal, lotus hand is Shiksha Guru of those lotus flowers. If you understand this, Krishna's lotus hand is Shiksha Guru. Like not Krishna is Shiksha Guru, Krishna's lotus hand, Krishna's lotus hands are Shiksha Guru of those lotus flowers. That means like the lotus flower are so fragrant, right? Lotus flower are so delicate, so beautiful, so fragrant. That means Krishna's lotus hand is Shiksha Guru. That means like Shiksha Guru and Shiksha disciple, there is two things, right? So if Shiksha disciple is so perfect, we can understand Shiksha Guru is how perfect, right? Even more perfect, like that's the thing. Shiksha disciple is perfect, then Shiksha Guru is more perfect, highly perfect, most perfect than the Shiksha disciple, right? So the verse is saying, right, the lotus flowers, Krishna's lotus hand is the Shiksha Guru of those lotus flowers. That means like lotus flowers are so fragrant, so delicate, right? So fragrant, so delicate, so soft. That means Krishna's lotus hand is even more fragrant. Krishna's lotus hand is even more soft and even more delicate than those lotus flowers. Like that Bilwa Mangal Thakur was saying in that verse. And like in terms of his lotus feet, Bilwa Mangal Thakur says, right, if we go like towards the heavenly planets, there is the Kalpa Vriksha, right? Does anyone know what is Kalpa Vriksha? Mothra Prabhu, you like to guess what is Kalpa Vriksha? Desire. Some quality you want to say? Desire, and what? You like to say something? Kalpa means desire tree. Right? Kalpa means desire tree. So desire tree in the heavenly planets, if we go towards the planets, heavenly planets, there is the demigods and there is the desire tree also. And it is mentioned like desire tree when there is like the fresh leaves, when there is fresh leaves comes in the desire tree, that leaves is very very like nicely reddish, very very soft, delicate, like that is that's the description, very very reddish and very very soft. And Krishna's lotus feet is said like even that the reddish and very very delicate and very very soft desire trees leaves, Krishna's lotus feet can is even more delicate, even more soft than that leaves of the desire tree, like that it is mentioned. And in terms of the Krishna's drishti, Krishna's glance, Krishna's eyes, right? Krishna's eyes, it is said, right? In the like in the material, in our daily dealings, right? We see some nice person, some beautiful. If someone has like beautiful eyes, we call that like, hey, you have very nice eyes like the fish, Minakshi. We call Minakshi, right? Deer-like eyes, Harinakshi, Minakshi. We say like that, right? So that analogy we give, upama we give. And if like someone is very very beautiful, what do you say? You like to guess? If someone has very beautiful face, what do you say? Yes, yes. If someone has very nice beautiful face, we call that Chandramukhi. Hey, you have very nice face like the moon. Like that we say like that, right? So this is like the upama. This is like the analogy we give. Hey, you have very nice eyes like the Arin or Minakshi or Arinakshi. You have very nice face like the Chandramukhi. We say like that, right? So, and Bilomangal Thakur says, right, Krishna's like that upama. Krishna's eyes are like so great that when like everyone is like glorifying, right? Your eyes is like the fish. Your eyes is like the Hiranakshi, Minakshi. Your face is like the moon. Like when people giving that kind of analogy, it is mentioned like that analogy became very much proud. That analogy became very much proud. And Krishna's lotus, Krishna's glance, Krishna's eyes is said like, Krishna's eyes is so great that can crush the pride of their, that all the analogies like that Krishna, Bilomangal Thakur says. So point I'm trying to bring is Krishna's Saugandhya Lubdha. Krishna is so beautiful. Krishna is so fragrant. It is not that Krishna's body is very very fragrant. There is a mention like in the Hari Bhakti Vilas, the body of the Krishna's associates, that are also very very fragrant. The body of the Krishna, that also very very fragrant. Does anyone know what's the smell of the body of the Krishna, body of the associates of Krishna? Does anyone know? Prabhu, you like to guess? Prabhu? No. Okay. Like in the Hari Bhakti Vilas, it is given the smells of the aroma of the Chatushama. Chatushama, there is the substance called Chatushama. So that's the fragrance of the associates of Krishna. And what is Chatushama? Chatushama is the mixture of sandalwood pulp, camphor, aguru and musk. So mixture of sandalwood pulp, camphor, aguru and musk in the proportion of 4:1:3:2. So that is the description given. That's the fragrance of the fragrance of the body of the associates of Krishna. Same way, Krishna's everything is very very fragrant. Krishna's lotus hand we call, right? We just said Krishna's lotus hand is very fragrant. Krishna's whole body is very very fragrant. There is a description. One time Krishna Krishna is dancing with the gopis, right? Krishna is dancing with the gopis. And at that time, like when they are dancing, there is a very nice, beautiful, blissful sound emanating, because from the tinkling of their bells, blissful sound emanating from the tinkling of their bells and their ornaments and their bangles. Very nice, beautiful, very blissful sound is emanating. And when they dance like that, they manifest their extraordinary bodily features, their extraordinary movement of their legs, extraordinary movement of their eyebrows, right? Extraordinary movement of their earrings, extraordinary movement of the especially gopis hair. They have like the flowers in there, and they manifest their extraordinary movement of their hairs with the flowers. It is given. And when they dance, like Krishna, gopis sing sometime. When gopis sing, Krishna clap to encourage the gopis. And when the Krishna sings, and gopi says, well done, like that Krishna, gopi, gopi encourages Krishna like that. So Krishna dancing like that. And when dancing, like when because of their exhibiting their extraordinary movement of their body and the legs and different things, so gopis feel fatigue. And when gopis feel fatigue, what they do is like they put their two hands around the shoulder of Krishna. They put their two hands around the shoulder of Krishna. At that time, like their hairs is like the lotion now, and their all the flowers is falling. The flowers were in their hairs that were falling on the ground now. And when they like put their two hands around hands around the shoulder of Krishna, they smell the fragrance of Krishna. They becomes overwhelmed when they smell the fragrance of the body of Krishna. So it is mentioned like Krishna's body is fragrant like the lotus flower and many other aromatic flowers and sandalwood pulp mixed together. When we mix like lotus flower and so many other aromatic flowers and the sandalwood pulp together, and that gives very nice flavor, very nice fragrance, very nice smell. In Krishna's body also like it smells like that, it is mentioned. And gopis, like when they are dancing like that, they are putting their arms around the shoulder of Krishna. They are smelling that very beautiful, very fragrant smell from the Krishna's body. And they are being overwhelmed. And they are being overwhelmed, and they are, after smelling that, they are feeling so much of attraction for Krishna, and they embrace Krishna and they kiss Krishna. Like that, this kind of description is there. So point is I'm trying to bring is that the smell of the fragrance of the body of Krishna. And devotees are very much attracted to that fragrance. Devotees are very much attracted to that fragrance of the lotus feet of Krishna. Krishna's fragrance very much attached. Like Krishna is like, as I say, right, Krishna's body is so fragrant, right? So like in the material world, like the mains, right, mains or male or female, whatever, like they want to make their favorite body fragrant by putting some deodorant, some nice aromatic perfumes, right? They have to put, but Krishna doesn't need to put like that. Our body is so nasty, right? It produces so many like poly smelling things. Sweat, right? We produce sweat, like that's me smell so bad, like all the and other like stool, urine, like passing the air, these kind of things like poly smell. That's our body, but Krishna's body is very very fragrant, very very fragrant. And Krishna, like he has like fragrant body, and if we engage in the service of Krishna, like as like given in the translation, if we become attached to the pure devotees of Krishna, who are very much attached to the fragrance of the lotus feet of Krishna, if we become attached to those pure devotees, even though our body is nasty, even though our body is so useless, we can also associate. We can also, Krishna will reward us. We can also get same kind of body, like the associates of Krishna we described, right? Chaturshama smelling. Krishna will reward that to us. Krishna will award that to us. That's the glory of bhakti. That's the glory of bhakti. So we should, from bhakti, seriously, staying in the association of the pure devotees of Krishna. Pure devotees of Krishna. That is important thing. We want to associate with pure devotees of Krishna. And there is like one like in the purport, like Prabhupada is trying to give the distinction between the yogis and the bhaktas, right? So yogis and the bhaktas, right? It is like yogis, like they do their meditation, right? They do the dhyan, trying to fix their mind on the Paramatma. They do their dhyan meditation, try to control their minds, and they control their minds also for some time. But like immediately something happens around, like something comes up in their life, or some unwanted thing happen, anything like something happens. Immediately they are disturbed. Immediately they become disturbed. But in case of devotee, like they are not disturbed like that. They are not disturbed like whatever like big like problems might come in their life, they take that as the mercy of Krishna, right? If some big challenges, some big problem come in their life, devotees think, because of my past karma, I'm supposed to get even more critical things in my life, but Krishna is so merciful. Krishna is giving just a small thing, just a small suffering for me. Like that, devotees feel gratitude for Krishna and go on with their service to Krishna. That's the position of the devotees. That's the position of the yogis. So in the Srimad Bhagavatam it is mentioned, right? So in the rainy season, like big rain is coming, and all the rivers, they becomes like increase in their size. Rivers become fill, all the increase in their size, and they goes to the ocean. And when they go to the ocean, like it seems to be like they are agitating the. When they hit the ocean, like oceans becomes agitated, like it is given. But in the same rainy season, like the rain is hitting the, there is big mountains, right? The rain is hitting the big mountains. Rain is hitting, like thunder is hitting, right? Big wind coming, hitting the big mountains. But the big mountains don't become agitated. So like ocean is becoming agitated, but the big mountains is not being agitated. So the analogy is given that ocean is like the yogis. The ocean is like the yogis. Something happens, they become agitated immediately. And the big mountains is given like the devotees. Whatever happens, whatever big challenges, big problems comes, they see the hand of Krishna, they see the mercy of Krishna. Yeah, they see the mercy of Krishna. They go on with their service of Krishna. So yeah, with that, I would like to stop there. It's already 9. I won't take any questions. So if anyone has any questions, can talk after this class. So Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuran ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai, Jai Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki jai, Jai Jai Shri Radha Gopinath Bhagavan ki jai, Samapeta Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Janitai Gaur Premanande.